welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kgomotso Ramano, for those of you who don't know me. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I hope you do click that subscribe button to become a part of this family, and if you're returning, thank you so much for your continuous support. I really do appreciate it. As you might tell by the title of this video, I will be doing a 3-in-1 get ready with me and a little chit chat with you guys on how I met the love of my life. And of course, this hair is the star of the show, so I'll be showing you exactly how to install it. This hair is courtesy of Hairspells. They were kind enough to send me a Brazilian body wave in 22 inches, and it is in the color 4. It's also a lace frontal, as you can see already. I will be installing this hair for you, so if it is something that sparks your interest, do keep on watching. Hey guys, this video was sponsored by Hairspells. They were kind enough to send me a Brazilian loose wave lace frontal wig in 22 inches, and it is 130% density in the color 4. So in the package comes this hair clip that they sent to me. It's so cute, you guys. I'm definitely going to use this, and it says Queen. So this is how you will receive the hair in all of this packaging, and also some leaflets on the inside, which I'm not going to get into because you can clearly see what it is. I have already cut the lace. I didn't realize that my camera was not recording when I was cutting it, but this is basically how it looks now. I did bleach the knots as well off camera. If you guys would like to see that, do let me know. I also did wash the wig, but we're going to revive it once again like how it came. As you can see, there's not a lot of shedding. Actually, it's just one strand. Considering that I also bleached the knots, there's literally not a lot of shedding. It does have 3 clips on the inside and adjustable bands that you can use to sort of make it fit your head. This wig cap is a size medium. When you bleach your frontal, it sort of has this tint to it, which I really like because it matches my scalp perfectly. I don't really have to put on a lot of makeup on it. This is what the frontal looks like. It's very nice and good quality. Right now I'm just putting the wig on the wig head so that I can style it freely and nicely, because I usually can't do it on my own head. I'm just going to do a side part, as you can see, and I just want to flatten that out. You'll see exactly how I do it. I use mousse and I comb it in the direction that I want it to go. This is the mousse that I am using. I got it from Kgomotso. I'm also going to use the IKT wax stick. The wax stick is perfect for taming flyaways and for flattening the part. It is also important to use a hot iron, but it's very dangerous, so you need to be careful. I'm also going in with my Got to Be Glued spray. This is just to make sure that the front is actually laying flat and to the back, because I don't really like baby hairs. So this makes sure that it's sitting flat and it looks like a natural hairline.
Keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, baby? I'd rather be on that way.
Now I am going in with my curling wand just to make the curls come back to life, and I'm also using this Elvive serum that you can also get from Kgomotso, just so that we can bring the shine into the hair, because I washed it with shampoo. So yeah, you need to section out the hair and brush through it before you curl so that you have nice curls. I'm also using some heat protectant spray. A tip to having perfect curls is curling towards the back of the wig, or if it's on your head, towards the back, away from your face. And I also let the curls set in my hands before releasing them. This sort of like keeps the curl in place for longer. I'm going to keep doing that, and now I'm just going to do a time lapse. I'm not going to be saying much. So that's basically how I prepare my wig. We're gonna move on to the next part of this video.
I've been calm, cool, collected, but you pushing on my nerves, and I know when your attention, I'm under pressure.
So guys, we're gonna get into the makeup part while I wait for my curls to sort of set in. I'm not about to wait for them to set. I'm gonna do a little chit chat with you guys. A lot of you have been asking me how I met my partner, where I met him and all of that. So I'm gonna explain it very briefly. I'd like to actually do a video with him so that he can also tell you guys his side of the story. So yeah, let us begin with my makeup. I'm gonna do a simple glam makeup look, if you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna start with my eyebrows and everything else while I chat to you guys. I'm gonna start with my eyebrows. There was one day when I was working in the pediatric. So with us, you're required to actually start practicing in the hospital within the 2 weeks of study, but that's besides the whole topic that I'm here about. So yeah, the other day I was working in the pediatric department with a friend of mine, Felicia. She passed on, God bless her soul. I miss her so much. So yeah, I don't even want to get into that because I'm going to get so emotional. But yeah, I was actually sitting with Felicia, but she was sitting way across me on the other side. And we were just quiet that day. We were not really talking much. I was on my phone, she was on her phone, and there was not really a lot of patience. So while we were sitting there, my qualified, she's like way above me. She had been qualified way before me, and she was sort of like my senior supervisor, whatever. She walked in and she was with this guy and they were making a noise, Actually, she was making a noise because she's quite loud. I looked in their direction because I wanted to see where this noise is coming from, the laughing and all of that. And then I looked to the door, to the entrance where they were coming from. Lady, let's call her V. V was walking in with some guy and they were chatting. But I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't really listen into the conversation. But that's besides the point. So they got to the department and I was sitting in this corner. I just have my mirror here. I was sitting in this corner where there's like a chair. That chair is super old, but I used to love it so much and everyone knew that I sit there. And it was like a office chair. It used to like spin around. It was a very dirty chair, yo. It was disgusting, but I loved sitting there because it was so comfortable. So I was sitting there, they walk in, they carry on with their conversation, and Felicia goes into the room and she does her patient. She was quick. And then I take the next x-ray form because there was another patient that arrived. So I take the child, I go inside, and the child was very difficult to x-ray, guys. He was moving, he was crying, he was just hysterical, and I tried my best to calm the baby down, and I actually did the x-ray. So when I get back from doing the x-ray, I go back outside. Obviously I have to print the x-rays and all of that, and the first thing I notice is that that guy is now sitting on my chair. He's sitting on my chair, but I don't mind it. I print the x-ray, I'm done with the x-ray, and I go and give the mom the x-rays and they leave. And as I get back, I expect that this guy will move away from the place that I was sitting at. Obviously, when you stand up, anyone is allowed to sit, but he's a guy and I'm expecting that he's going to be a gentleman and I'm going to get to sit on the chair. But this guy is here on a mission. He's trying to irritate me and he's successful at that because I get irritated. Fine, guy does not move. I'm going to zoom you guys out a bit, just a tiny bit, because I'm done with my brows. Trying my best not to show that I'm actually very irritated, and Felicia can see this on the side. She's giggling and it's so funny to her, and now that I think of it, it was actually very funny. So Shapo, this guy doesn't move, and then I think there was another patient that came in, I don't remember, and I think I went to do it again. And when I came back this time around, he stood up, and next thing I know it, I've got this guy's phone in my hand. He literally like just, how can I say it? He just like dumped it into my hands, and next thing I know it, it's in my hands. I don't know how it got there. It happened so quickly. And I look at the guy, now I've got attitude. I'm looking at the guy with attitude. Well, I saw that he was cute, but like all that cuteness I couldn't see because he was being plain annoying. I look at him funny, and now he sees that I'm waiting for a response. Like, I'm looking at him like, and then what's this supposed to mean? Like, why are you putting your phone in my hand? Because, you know, I really just didn't know what to say. There were no words that came out of my mouth, but I think the way I looked at him said it all, because I was getting so irritated. This guy is sitting in my space. He doesn't want to move. He's not standing up for a lady. He's not, he's putting his phone in my hands, and I'm not understanding why this phone is in my hand. And then he's like, hello, sis. I'm like, hi. I'm like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, okay, only now you greet. Because you walked in here, you guys were chit-chatting, making a noise, and you never even bothered to say good morning to all of us. You just walked in here. Next thing, when I come out of the x-ray room, you're sitting on my chair, you're not willing to stand up. And now you've probably come back to your senses, because the second time around when I get out of the x-ray room, you stand up for me. Or maybe it was you standing up because you have to leave. But now you're leaving your phone in my hands. And now I'm getting so irritated. Oh my gosh. I'm getting so irritated. Sharp. And then now, after he says hello, sis, I'm like, hi. He's like, unai boyfriend. Like, first of all, who are you? Second of all, you're so annoying. Third of all, what has my business got to do with you? Who are you to ask me if I've got a boyfriend? So now I'm like, you know what, Kgomotso, this is not you. You're not this type of person. Answer him, or even if you don't answer him, don't have attitude, you know? So I'm like, I said hi again, and then now I'm like, yeah, I do. Why? I don't know if I asked why or I didn't. I don't think I did. I was like, yeah, I do. And then I looked away. And I'm like, please take your phone. And then he's like, fake number yakho lapho. This guy is speaking Zulu, like deep Zulu, like with the accent. And I'm like, is this what they mean, that Zulus are stubborn and as a woman you're not going to have a say? So now there's a patient that came in, and Felicia had done a patient while I was still talking to this guy, you know. We hadn't even said much to each other except for the stupid questions. Like, I felt like there were stupid questions that he was asking me and inappropriate questions that he was asking me. So now there's a next patient. I'm supposed to go in. It's my turn now to go in, and this guy dumped his phone in my hands. I need to go and do the patient because it's not right to keep a patient waiting. But now the only thing that's delaying me is that this guy doesn't want to take his flipping phone. So I'm like, you know what? To get this guy off my back, I'm going to put in my number, and I'm going to put the last few digits, or just one digit. I'm going to put a wrong number, you know, so that even if he tries to call me, he's not going to find me. And I told him the truth from the get-go that, nah, I've got a boyfriend. And even though it was like, I wasn't really in a relationship at the time, it was long done, but it was not officially broken up, you know. Oh, now I'm thinking, yo, I've got this phone in my hand. Patients are waiting for me outside. They're probably getting so annoyed. Sharp, I'm like, okay, put the number in, put the last number wrong, and I can see that this guy is staring at me, and it's a bit intimidating because like now I'm getting nervous. I don't know why. I'm getting butterflies in my stomach, and not even in a way that because I like this guy or anything, you know. The first impressions were like, he's so arrogant and he thinks he can just get my number like that, and he's doing it, so he's being unfair, like in the way that he's doing it. So I put in the number, and because this guy is staring at me, I end up putting the correct number because I can see that he's the type that's going to say, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you and just to see if your number is going through. And guess what he did? So I put my correct number in. I didn't put a wrong number at the end or anything of that sort because I could sort of like feel that this guy is going to probably embarrass me by calling me, and then now the number's wrong. And you can see that he's not shy at all. So he'll probably, like, all eyes will be on me after I give him a wrong number. So I gave him my correct number, and guess what he does? He actually calls the number. The thing that I was expecting that he would do, he actually did it. So he calls the number and he goes through, and I'm like, what? Do you think I'm going to give you a wrong number? Now I've got all my attitude back again because now he's so irritating. This is like The fourth thing that he's doing that I'm just like, what the hell? And then he's like, no, baby, check on Jane. Going to save your number. Guy doesn't tell me his name. I don't save this number, but I remember it had a lot of, I think it had a lot of zeros or threes. I don't save that number. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna block this number. Your girl forgets because now she has to rush into the room and do the patient. And I actually don't block that number because I planned that I'm gonna save it so that I'm able to block it, you know. I thought he was a porter. Because of the way he was dressed, he was not in scrubs, he was not professional at all. He was wearing a red hoodie with jeans and red Vans. But the thing that made me feel like, yo, please don't judge me, guys, like that's what went through my head, and I'm trying to explain to you exactly what went on. So in my head, I looked at him, the way he was dressed when he got in. So I was like, he's probably a porter, you know. So yeah, I figured he was just a porter because of the way he was dressed. Porters usually dress in their own stuff, like they're never that professional. It's just a few who are actually professional. Most of them dress in the way that he was dressed. He was decent, you know, but he was not in scrubs. So obviously I thought, nah, guy is a porter, you know. And yeah, that's what I thought. But when he gave me that phone and I saw that it was an iPhone, I'm not trying to be snazzy, but that's what went through my head. I was like, an iPhone. And that phone was still the newest in the game, you know, at the time. I think it was an iPhone 6 or 7. And I was like, what? This guy is carrying this phone and he's a porter. He's probably, I don't know, like I was thinking, how is a porter carrying such a nice phone? And my qualifieds who are not even porters are carrying like stupid phones, you know. I'm sorry to say this, but yeah, those were the thoughts that were going through my mind. And I was like, you know what, it's okay. And he leaves. And another qualified of mine, let's say his name is B, he comes in. I don't know where he had gone to. I think he went to Vets to go buy some food for all of us, breakfast kind of thing, because he was just so generous, you know. And then he went to go buy food for us. I don't remember what it was. I think they said hi to each other and they seemed like they knew each other by the way they spoke to each other. So fine, guy leaves. He's got my number at this point, and now I'm going to do a patient. I did the patient, I was done, and then I'm going to go sit back down. And then I went back to sit where I was sitting, and just immediately after I sat down, a message came through, a WhatsApp message saying, can we go out for lunch? At this point, I'm fuming on the inside. I'm like, guy, what's this supposed to mean? I told you my situation, and now you're asking me on lunch. Yes, there's nothing serious going on in my life and all of that, but it's still wrong. Why are you asking me for lunch? So I tell Felicia that, hey, this guy, look at what he's saying now. He says we must go out for lunch. He didn't even greet me. He only said hi, Sissy, at that time when he was taking my number, and that was it. So now Felicia's laughing loud, and she's like, yo, this guy is a legend. How does he just do that? And she's finding it fascinating. I'm irritated on the other hand. And then I now ask B on the side, B, who's that guy? What's his name? And he tells me that, no, Ubong's lawyer. Yeah, a good friend of mine. I'm like, okay, so what's up with this guy? Who is he? Where does he work? What does he do? And all of that, because I've never really seen him. I've never really seen him around the hospital. It's like, no, he works at the cath lab. He does this and that and that. And I'm like, it's my first time hearing of that. What is cath lab? I'm like, oh, okay, please don't tell him that I was asking about him, because I can see that you guys are close friends or you guys are good friends. And it's like, don't worry. Kanti guy has already texted him. Who's that girl? She's so pretty. I've never seen her in the department. He explains that, no, this girl has always been here. And he asks me, why are you asking? I'm like, no, he came in here and you saw what he did. He was demanding that I give him my number. Yeah, papa, actually, basically. And I was a bit irritated. And he laughs, you know, we laugh about it, we eat and all of that. So when I got that text that let's go out for lunch, I was even more irritated at that point. When I tell Felicia, Felicia's like, ah, girl, yes, we know that your breakup is not really official, so give the guy a chance, go out to lunch with him, you know. And I was like, oh, okay, Felicia. And we basically go to Nando's in Parktown. It's not too far from the hospital. And now I'm looking at the time. I'm thinking I'm going to be late. I'm not going to get back on time because first we have to drive. And I'm thinking, this guy's a porter. He doesn't have a car. So we're probably going to take an Uber or something. And now he's leading me to the parking. And the parking lot is so dark. Yo, guys, it's so creepy. And I'm like, this guy is going to kill me and put me straight in the morgue. The one here at the hospital. Like, I'm having all of these thoughts. And he's like, oh, don't worry, I'm just going to, we're just going to the car. I'm like, oh, okay. And then we walk to his car. At that time, he was driving a VW, a red Polo TSI. So sharp, we go into the car and we drive to Nando's. And now 15 minutes of my lunch is gone already. But thank goodness I was working with like nice people. I was working with my friend Felicia and I was with Ubongani and V. They're such nice people. They've always been nice people. Just gonna put one shade on my eyelids because I'm not doing a real eyeshadow look. And so we spoke and we went back. I was a bit late. I didn't even eat my food. I had to eat it in the department when I got back. He seemed like a nice person. So yeah, that's basically how I met this guy. And next thing I knew, yeah, one thing led to another. I ended up being his girlfriend. So yeah, guys, that's basically how I met him. We've been together since that time. It's been how many years? 6 years since I've been with him. We've got a 4-year-old, and don't ask me how come, but yeah, that's our meeting story. I'll probably shoot another video where we both explain and talk about it.
I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah.
So guys, I am back. I did put on my lashes. The glue is still white, but it's gonna dry clear, so don't worry about that. I did my lipstick and I put my highlighter off camera. I thought this camera was recording, but it wasn't.
Let's stay here for a lifetime underneath the moonlight.
I'm gonna try and do this bit by bit.
I know it can get tricky putting on a lace wig, so what I usually do is prepare the wig first, and then the next step is putting some got2b spray on my hairline, just in front of my hairline, so that the wig doesn't go off with my hairline. Once you've sprayed your got2b glue, you're gonna pull your wig to the front so that it sits where you have just sprayed, and you're gonna use your red tail comb to sort of like make it stick to the glue, if you know what I'm trying to say. You guys will see what I'm talking about. It is so much easier if you do it in sections. You guys can see what I'm doing. I'm doing the middle part, and then I'm doing one of the sides, and then the other side in the end. And yeah, that's basically what I do. I'm also going to put an elastic band. I don't know if that's what it's called, but yeah, I'm just going to put it over the frontal just so it sticks flat and it doesn't lift. While I wait, I'm just going to perfect my part and also push the hair to the back. I like that direction a lot. I'm also using this coconut water mist that I got from Clicks. It just brings back a lot of shine to the hair without weighing it down, because it's not like an actual oil. I also use mousse to help me tame my hair and style it in the direction that I want. You can brush through your curls at this point with your hands. Do not use a brush if you want your curls to be defined, but if you don't want them too defined, then you can use a brush. So now it's time to remove your rubber band, and now you'll have a perfectly laid wig frontal. It does have some discoloration, that's because of the glue, but we can fix that with makeup. I'm also cutting the sides that are falling over my ears. I don't like that, so you just want to cut a slit and put the other part of it to the back of your ear, if you know what I'm trying to say. But you guys can see exactly what I'm doing here.
same energy when you go low.
Just wipe away the excess glue with a wet wipe, a makeup wet wipe. That one works perfectly, and I'm just going to use my compact powder to sort of blend the rest of my face with my frontal so that it looks as natural as possible. For me, my lace frontals are never perfect, but I try my best. So yeah, and now I'm just making baby hairs with the hair that I have on my forehead. I naturally have hairs that join from my hair to my eyebrows, so yeah, I usually use that hair. I am brushing out my curls because this is a loose wave. I don't want them to be too defined, hence I'm brushing them out.
Keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave. Tryna control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane,
So guys, I think we are done with the hair. So yeah, we have to move on to the next step where I show you my outfit for my lunch date with the hub. I'm just enhancing the curls a little bit because I feel like they were just a bit damp on that part, and I'm also going to go in with a bit more mousse so that the curls go onto one side only. So let's move on to the outfit. So for my lunch date, I am wearing this short dress that is off the shoulder and ruched all over. I got this dress from Zara, and I'm wearing my lace up heels that I got from the Fix. I also have my hair from Hairspells, obviously, which is a lace frontal. It looks so good, this color. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So yeah, that's what I'm basically wearing for my lunch date. I'm gonna close off here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, all the links will be in the description box as well as the discount code. Bye guys.
Go to voicemail. I block you so I don't raise hell. Should've talked through it in detail. Our separate ways ain't gon' end well. No, but when we get back, it's like oh my. All bad all day, but the night get that good till we act right. So tell me where we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high?